Authored the book Diva Dance, and as you can see there, she does workshops and seminars all over the place to tell women how to get that inner diva of theirs out.
And women are just embracing her and the idea of it because, you know what? You gotta love your wings.
So how's your inner diva doing?
My inner diva comes out quite often, don't you think?
I would agree. I'd say she has no problem with that.
I like my inner diva. How about you?
I do not have an inner diva. Yeah, I don't have an inner diva to speak of, but Cris Linnares is with us right now on Twin Cities Live. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Why did you feel you needed to get your inner diva out?
You know, I've been giving seminars for women in my country for many years, but
You're from Brazil, yes.
I'm from Brazil, and you know, being a workaholic woman for a long time, I was kind of tired of end up in the end of the night and say I'm focused in my career. You know, it was time for me to find somebody, and then I met my Prince Charming, and instead of taking me to a castle, he picked me up in his snowmobile and took me to Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah.
You gotta love those Midwestern boys.
Yeah.
So it can't be done without a Taurus and a spoiler.
Yes, that's what he drives.
Yeah, that's what I drive. So
Yeah.
Prince Charming and a Taurus with a spoiler.
So you go from Brazil to Fargo, and then what happens?
And then I went through a huge change in my life. I got pregnant, I had postpartum depression. I gained 50 pounds, but when I say that I gained 50 pounds, it's not like after 3 months that I had my baby, I was okay. No, I was struggling. My daughter was almost 1 year old, and I couldn't lose those weight. I was feeling really bad. And my father passed away, which was a huge change in my life. And as a lot of women, and being a psychologist, I was like, okay, the way to heal myself is I'm going to therapy, I'm going to read self-help books. So I was relying the power of my mind, you know, and I couldn't find a way. And that's how everything started. Like, I started using my body to heal myself, not just my mind. And that's how Diva Dance started.
Because you really got to accept yourself the way it is, and that's you can't really fix yourself until you're that.
And dance is an old way to, you know, a lot of old civilizations, native tribes, African tribes, for more than 50,000 years, they have been using dance as a way to heal and to connect with the divine. So your first question was like, how can you bring your inner diva? And you told me you don't have your inner diva, Rob, but I'm sorry, but you do have.
I have an inner diva?
You
and I
do
think I've seen it from time to time.
Diva means divine nature. If you look at the dictionary, one of the definition of diva is divine nature. So that's the whole goal of this diva dance, is us to connect with the divine part of us that is free, that is fun, that love your fat wings, love your cellulites around your legs, and you know, just love who you are.
Are you finding a lot of people love their fat wings?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, I have a huge response. Women, like I say, when you go to the restaurant, a lot of women there, you know, they want to be perfect all the time, so they make sure that everything's tight, so they do like this with the salt, you know. Yeah. No, just do it, just shake it up, you know, just embrace it.
I have totally seen it. Let it go, let them fly.
Yeah, when you meet somebody on the street, don't do like, just, hi, I love myself,
So you wrote the book.
You made the fat wings.
Yeah, embrace your fat wings.
I'm down with the fat buffalo wings, no doubt about that.
You got to embrace that too.
I do.
So you went and you wrote a book, Cinderella on the Couch.
Yep.
And it's for an inspirational novel for those who deserve a happy ending. I love that.
Yeah.
Because doesn't everybody deserve a happy ending?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I'm going to be having a book sign in the Mall of America this Saturday from 1 to 3, and I'm really excited. This book is about a journalist that she's really tired of her life, and she's invited to do a assignment where she's going to this secret society where they're using Cinderella myth to change people's lives. And the result, this book was a bestseller in Brazil, and women all over the country use the book as a guide to help them to create their own happy ending, which is possible.
Well, I think that we would like to shake our fat wings.
Yeah, I want to shake my fat wings.
And we want to embrace our cellulite.
Okay.
So can you show us how to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
So we have to stand for this, I'm guessing,
Oh yeah,
right?
you got
All
it.
right.
So let's do a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to show you like.
Is this worse than my my NASA television impression?
No, I'm going to show you how in seconds, because a lot of people right now, they talk about, you know, think positive all the time. if you are in the traffic, like I have a 2-year-old daughter, sometimes she's not a baby, she's a wild dog. That is my life just to drive me crazy. So sometimes we cannot think positive all the time. And if you think positive and try to think positive, then it's worse. Because if you're even a loser, that you cannot think positive when you know that you need to think positive.
Feel like a failure.
Yeah, a failure. So I want you to show you in seconds how your body can help you to feel better.
Okay.
Better even with your mother-in-law, with your boss. I'm serious, your ex that you can forgive. We're gonna show you how in seconds you can feel better using the power of your body, okay? So just tell me something that bothers you, that you don't like, that gives you bad emotions.
My
Anything.
hips.
Your hips.
My hips.
Okay, so how do you feel?
My hips.
Your hips. So how do you feel? What do you feel about your hips?
Oh my goodness, now we're divulging too much.
What do you feel?
Yeah,
I feel like they're big.
they're big. And what makes you feel when you believe that your hips are big?
Yeah, it makes me feel bad.
Don't you want to feel better about
I think
that?
I'm gonna break out in tears.
Yeah, make you feel bad.
Yes.
And when you are feeling bad, what do you think about yourself?
I feel that's the first thing I think about when I go out. I feel like people are looking at my hips.
And she's got a point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Not
Oh,
really.
no, she doesn't have
Not
a
really. No, she does. She believes she does. So you think that people are looking at
Yes.
you, right?
Yes.
And what they are thinking about you.
Oh, I don't know.
But imagine, what do you
I
think?
just think bad things. I
Bad
don't
things.
feel
Look
like
at her
they're-
hips. She's
yes.
a terrible
Okay.
person.
There.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say that, come up with a sentence that express your feelings about your hips. Like, I feel bad when people look at me. Just
I feel like my hips are unattractive.
unattractive.
There we
Okay,
go.
so now I want you to say the same sentence,
Okay.
like I feel that my hips, but I want you to imitate my movement.
Okay.
As you are saying this sentence, okay? Connect with the feeling bad about your hips, right?
We gotta hurry this
And
along.
okay, and now it
Get her to feel better about her hips real quickly, would you?
start saying the sentence.
Okay. I feel like my hips aren't attractive.
Okay, and now do
gotta
like
get
this.
out.
I feel like my hips aren't attractive.
Yeah, I got now, like this.
I feel like my hips aren't attractive.
Okay, what are you laughing about if you feel that your hips are unattractive?
I cannot see that on TV.
I think she knows. Very happy with her hips.
You already start laughing, and you are still thinking negative. That's
Yes.
the power of your body.
I
You
like
know. So before you go out, put that tight skirt. When you start saying, "Oh, my hips are big," you're like, "Oh, my hips are awful," and just shake it up and go out, and you're gonna feel better.
Oh, I love you, Cris. I know you have a workshop coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a 2-hour workshop June 19 at the Hilton, but you can go to divadanceonline.com and you can find out
I
about
hate
everything.
my big toe. I hate my big toe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
very
so
much
much.
for coming up.
Yeah.
Still ahead on Twin Cities Live.